Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hiroki Akaba. I'm Hiro, in short. So I'm a WHO, come from the WHO headquarters in Geneva. On behalf of Paul Blumen, he's in charge of my department as a focal point of the HPV vaccination, but he cannot make to come to this meeting, so that I'm going to explain about the decision about the stage meeting about one dose. So I'd like to start my presentation. So let me start from kind of like conclusion of this one dose recommendation. So I present this one for the comparing the 2017 WHO position paper on the left. On the right is a SAGE recommendation by a SAGE recommendation in April 2022. So when you look at the primary target group, this is the same. The girls aged 9 to 14 years old, this is the primary target cohort. But when you look at the schedule, so you can choose the 1 dose or 2 dose schedule for 9 to 14 years old and 15 to 20 years old. And also the older cohort, which is older than 21 years old, you should choose the 2 dose is enough. You don't have to vaccinate 3 times. So this is the main result of the SAGE discussion in 2022 April. So on top of that, immunocompromised, it's continued. Like, if possible, you should vaccinate 3 times, but at least you need 2 times. So the prioritization, when you look at down, so temporarily in 2017, WHO temporarily postponed the MAC vaccination, boys vaccination, older age cohort because of the supply constraint. But in 2022, they changed the recommendation. For the MAC vaccination, the SAGE encouraged to catch up the cohort who missed the vaccination. So SAGE encouraged the MAC vaccination, whereas boys and older cohort, you should carefully manage. We have still, in time of the supply constraint, you need to carefully manage the demand in the boys and older age cohort. This is a kind of like high level result. I'm going to show this slide at the end of my presentation, but this is a kind of like a conclusion of the SAGE recommendation. On the next slide. So this is kind of already my former presenter already explained about the single dose evidence. CBT study, India study, Kenshi study, Doris study. So these are already explained by the former presenter. And as they said, Kenshi study, Doris study, these are the kind of game changer for the single dose recommendation. As Margaret said, this is the RCT study, which focuses on the single dose vaccination. Not limited to this study, the SAGE assessed the current evidence. These study plus systematic review and modeling study of as well. So they concluded that current evidence is almost the same, or is almost the same, and very high vaccine efficacy for single dose compared to 2 to 3. And and also there is stable of the evidence with high quality immune response and the duration of the protection at least 10 or 11 years due to the observational study in India and Costa Rica study. And therefore, the sufficient strong body of evidence to make a permissive recommendation for the 1 dose recommendation. So the conclusion of the SAGE member is that benefit for the public health impact of 1 dose option outweigh the risk. So in this perspective, public health impact that includes not only the science itself, but also the feasibility of the program and the financial perspective. And this public health perspective is very important to disseminate the HPV vaccination program in the world. So I want to talk about what additional evidence is available for the future. So we are waiting for some evidence about HIV positive population, which is HOPE study in South Africa. And as well, we continue to watch the immune response in the time duration of the protection so which is also available end of this year. And later, 2024, one dose evidence about one dose evidence for the CIN. So not only the HPV infection, so we are looking at the CIN as an outcome. And lastly, this is important RCT study, one dose versus two dose. So vaccine against HPV infection. This is specifically designed to compare 1 versus 2. The previous study was compared to 1 versus 0, 2 versus 0, but this one is comparing 1 versus 2. So in that perspective, this one is very important. So let me change the topic a little bit to the product perspective. So I explained one dose is available now. You can choose one dose or two dose, but the question is which product can I use? Which product can be used for the one dose? So in the stage recommendation, when you look at it, it says a single dose schedule should be considered for the vaccine product for which efficacy or the single dose efficacy are available. So simply speaking, so the Cervarix and Gardasil 9, these products have data about single dose efficacy. So these products can be used for the single dose. For the new vaccine, which is the Secolin from China and Walvax, for example, and these products do not have the single dose data yet. So we are awaiting for the single dose data for these products. So this is the which product can be used for the one dose or which cannot be used for the one dose. Oh, sorry, pushed something different. So let me explain about the product again. So these are the list of the products in the market. So basically, we have 5 products in the world market. As you may know, Cervarix, Gardasil, and Gardasil 9, these are the kind of dominant products in the world. In addition to that, we have Innovax, which was pre-qualified last year by the WHO. And also this March, Chinese vaccine was also licensed within China yet, which is the Walvax. So this product is under the process of the pre-qualification now. So these are the 5 products which is available now. On top of that, if you look at the below, SII, these are SII and CMBG, these are the new phase 3, these are the new products, but it's still the process for the phase 3. We are waiting for the result for these products. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the supply situation, because previously we suffered from kind of supply constraint, global supply constraint. So how is the situation about supply? So the answer is, it depends on the demand. It depends on the demand, but despite but basically supply situation is improving. It is because of the expansion of the capacity of the current pharmaceutical company, and also there's a new entrance of the company. Like as I said, a Chinese company. We have 2 new companies, and also we are waiting for the India or other Chinese companies. So basically, supply situation is improving. So that's why the SAGE encouraged to catch up the missed cohort by the mass vaccination. This is a big change. So when you look at the table, so the base case, in the short term, it's still like a yellow. You need to careful manage for the demand. But basically, in the midterm, long term, so we can say like a healthy supply situation will be achieved around 2024. We don't have to care about the supply situation in 2024. That is the analysis in the WHO. So then, right? Let me get back to the recommendation. Just yeah. So again, I'm going back to the recommendation page. So the SAGE recommended the single dose or 2 dose for the 9 to 14 plus 15 to 20 years old. So in line with that, WHO is under development of the WHO position paper. The latest one is 2017, which is very old. So we are in the process of the updating the WHO position paper. We expect that it is available in end of this year, December 2022. So, but basically, this position paper is based on the SAGE recommendation, so that I can say like 1 dose and 2 dose recommendation could be reflected in the HPV new position paper. And I highlighted the table below, the vaccine prioritization. So as I said, mass vaccination is now encouraged for the country to catch up the missed cohort. On top of that, boys vaccination and older age cohort. So we are now under development of the prioritization framework in which, for example, after achieving the mass vaccination, which cohort should be prioritized? For example, boys vaccination or the older cohorts. So this kind of modeling exercise is now under development. This kind of framework is now under development. So this is the last slide. So I'd like to share some information about other countries. These are the countries what I heard from the other countries. For example, as I said, as my colleague said, Cape Verde, they announced that they are switching to the 1 dose recommendation. And also the UK, they also considering about the switching to the 1 dose. And the Netherlands, they are switching the 3 dose to the 2 dose for the older cohort. And Pacific Island country like Tonga, Solomon Islands, these are the countries also considering the 1 dose, switching to the 1 dose vaccination. Especially for Tonga, they will start the HPV vaccination as a single dose schedule, hopefully this month. And also Nigeria is planning to introduce single dose HPV vaccination.
Sure.
So thank you very much. And I would like to take this opportunity to disseminate that we have a HPV vaccine dashboard in which you can understand which country have a vaccination, which country has a school-based vaccination, how is the coverage. This kind of vaccine dashboard is available on our website. So sometimes these websites are very hard to reach. So please send me some question about it. And also we have some raw data about if you want to analyze by yourself what is the coverage, we have a data source. So this is also available on the website. Thank you very much for your attention.